Hello and welcome to another weekly World of Tanks replay with me, Hijack, and today I'm giving you a special replay of me and Caesar drawn. And today we are on the Overlord Tier 7. Caesar is in his AMX 1357 French light tank, and I am in my Super Hellcat. And this was the match. We played this last weekend, I think, and it was kind of an odd one because at the beginning of the match, you can see the chat. We go on and on about how people were saying to go to beach, and I'm like, no, beach means you're going to lose. And well, as you can see by looking at the mini map, nobody was listening, and a bunch of people went beach. So Caesar's over by D7 there in his AMX 1357. You can see on the mini map right now. Right now we're looking at me in my Super Hellcat. I've gone to B9, sitting behind some bushes, in a good sniping position for tank destroyers. We'll go back to Caesar in just a minute here, but in the meantime, let's just see what is going to develop on this side of the map. So the AMX M4 45, I believe, is spotted, and as well as, a VK. So I'm aiming in on the AMX, but I don't get any shots. But I do get a chance at a Super Hellcat from the enemy team in just a few moments. Let's go back to Caesar here. He goes up to the gap between the two little hills. I take a shot at the Super Hellcat that gets killed. Or sorry, that was the WZ-131. Caesar locks on the AMX M4, puts in 3, 4, 5. So that's 4. Hard to count. He puts in 4 shots into the AMX and then quickly dives behind the little hill. Now, at the same time, he's waiting to go dark and not get spotted. And he hasn't gone for the reload yet. Back to me. I take a shot at the AMX M4 while Caesar's dropped down behind the knoll. And I reloaded, and we have a T. Jackson over there who is trying to peek, keeping him lit. The M4 is moving off where I cannot get any more shots. And Caesar, as you can see, is pulled up right in front of me there, inside the bush, waiting for himself to get not spotted anymore, or go dark, as it were. And as you can see by looking at the minimap, down the E2 line, a lot of our tanks have been totally smashed that went to the beach, which is usually the way the beach works. Flipping back over to Caesar, you can see he's making a push down the center of the map. And at this point, he's decided to go hit the AMX M4 and take him out. So he auto-locks, bounces his first shot. 1, 2 takes him out. Hellcat gets spotted, auto-locks 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and takes out the Hellcat. Taking a hit in return, he quickly drives forward into some hard cover of the rock there, while he hopes that the rest of the team covers his ass. Well, that was a nice little flip up on the rock too. At this point, I notice that he has pushed in and it's time to move up. He calls for help using the SOS button, and I zip in behind him, going to the second bump between here, hopefully hoping to spot some of the artilleries if they're back on the K line over in the 890. At this point, Caesar starts falling back and signals for me to follow him. And since we haven't spotted anything on the K890, I decide that, it might be a good idea to step up and go follow him. So we head off towards the center of the map, inside the little ring there that appears there. Our team on the beach has all but been obliterated, except for the P-43 Tur, who is falling back. We still have a King Tiger and our 2 of our 3 artilleries still in the game. I decided to pull up into this bush here to see what I could spot, and I happen to spot the M44 on the enemy team. So 1 shot. And reloading. Second shot takes him out, and the enemy Hummel was spotted, so that's 2 enemy artilleries. Try to sneak this shot over top of the M44 wreck, but that does not work. So after the IKV takes a shot on the Hummel, I take him out of the match. Also spotting the Jumbo In the meantime, Caesar is looking at that SU-100Y, which is kind of going towards the slope ramps down to the beach. And he's trying to get a spotting on that Sherman. But since I can't shoot the Sherman, I've decided to fall back a bit to see if I can help out the King Tiger with this T-34-100 that's pushing in on the lower ramp there on the 4 line. Luckily for me, the T-34 doesn't know I'm there, pulls back to get a better angle on the King Tiger, and I take him out of the match. At this point, it's back to the Easy 8 to see what I could do. We do a little bit of scraping, Caesar and I, as I try to get into a nice position to take a hit onto the Easy 8, but no harm, no foul. Caesar's moves off towards the far eastern side of the map to maybe circle around and get a shot on one of the other tanks over on our side of the beach. He spots the IKV-90B, but does not have any shots at this current angle. I've also moved off to Caesar's right side, and as we see, the IKV-90B is pushing forward. Caesar gets a nice outline on the IKV, takes one shot, takes two shots, takes a third shot, and that was all he could get. The King Tiger does fall to the SU-100Y, who had pushed up, and it's my turn to move in and see what I can do against that SU-100Y. Caesar goes for the reload. He's only got 8 shells remaining of his regular ammunition, and then he's got 32 premium rounds, which he hasn't even dipped into yet, which is really good. The AMX 1357 does have a little bit of a limited supply of ammunition. So here I am now looking over the ramps area, hoping to spot the IKV-90B or the SU-100Y or even the enemy Super Hellcat that is still remaining on the enemy team. But not having spotted anything right away, I decide to relocate a little bit later on to back to where I started, and that is over on the 9-0 ramp. Maybe thinking I can get a shot on that Easy 8 that was last spotted over in G or H8. Caesar decided to make a push up to the B line, A line ramp heading down to the beach because that's where the IKV-90B was last spotted. And so far seems like a pretty good idea. He's got the rounds. He spots the enemy FE-304, the last remaining SPG. 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots taking him out. He's got 3 shots remaining in his clip. The IKV is quickly turning to find him, but he makes a run down the beach to try and get away. It's a little bit hairy at this point. He's only got 40 hit points left thanks to a shot from that FE-304. 3 shots onto the IKV-90B and hits a tank trap, slowing him down. Can he get away before the IKV gets to reload? Oh, there's a little berm. Oh, and the IKV misses. Caesar makes a quick dive over the berm, making himself secure. He's fully reloaded, and he spots the enemy Super Hellcat coming down the second ramp. Making some maneuvers around the tank traps, he puts 1 shot, misses, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, taking out the enemy Super Hellcat. 4 shots still remaining, 1, 2, taking out the enemy IKV-90B. It is now 3 versus 3, and that's all that remains. I managed to fall back a bit to the B line. I spot the Easy 8, who happens to take out our friendly IKV-90B at just seconds before I can take him out. And all that's left is an AT-8, yeah, and a SU-100Y. I spot the AT-8 the first time it's been spotted the entire game. I try a shot, but his current angling makes it impossible. It was just a shot to get his attention. And Caesar's now circled around the lower ramp up to the middle ramp to try and take out the SU-100Y, who's got his back to him. He misses his first shot. Takes a little more time aiming in, misses his second shot, hits his third, his fourth, aims in, misses his fifth, and lands his 6th shot, taking him out of the game, leaving only the enemy AT-8 left for us to take out. It's 2 versus 1. Caesar's on 40 hit points. I'm still on full health. We are coordinating in the game chat to try and make sure that we do this properly and we do not lose this match. The AT-8 has definitely got some strong armor on the front, and if his angles, if he's angling his tank properly, he can bounce a lot of shots on the sides. So I pull up on the 8-9 line here behind some bushes to see if I can spot the AT-8 where he's last spotted. I happen to spot him. I got 2 rounds of premium ammo left. 1 round misses. Sorry, 1 round bounces because he had angled his tank. I get spotted. I fall back. Caesar's pulling in. This is where we get a little bit tense. I remember my hands were shaking at this point because of the stress of possibly losing this match after all the hard work that us two, put into it. Caesar gets the backside of the AT-8 as he falls back to me. 1 shot, 2 shot. Misses bounces the 3rd, hits the 4th, hits the 5th, bounces the 6th, bounces the 7th, hits the 8th, and I take him out of the match with my final round of APCR. And that is how we won that match. 15-13. Last minute platooning at the end, and that is how we get it done. So in the end of the match, Caesar got Master Badge First Class, Fire for Effect, he got High Caliber, and Top Gun for the 6 kills. Myself, on the other hand, I got Master Badge First Class, Reaper, Fighter, Master Gunner, Fire for Effect, and the Prescucci's Medal for killing 2 enemy SPGs with a tank destroyer. Hope you guys enjoyed this match. Thank you again, and hope to see you again next week. Take care.